All right, so we are here to talk about the 3 biggest obstacles standing in the way for your success and well-being. How about that? And I'm just going to line them up. I know you're busy, so here we go. The number 1 obstacle standing in the way for your success and well-being is undoubtedly Mr. Stress. He makes sure that our brains don't work, that we feel really crappy, both mentally and physically. Mr. Stress, oh my God, there's so much to say about Mr. Stress, but I'll tell you this one. He costs American industry $300 billion every year. I don't even understand how much money that is. That's how expensive he is. In Sweden, he is the most common reason for sick leave. That's crazy. Mr. Stress is the one who makes sure that you get injured, get into accidents, that you're not performing well at work, that you ruin your personal relationships. I mean, this guy, give him a little space, which most of us do, and he will make sure to ruin your success and your well-being, for sure. So that's the number 1 guy. And as soon as I have any kind of lecture or any kind of workshop with any kind of group, I address Mr. Stress. And I address not only the insights that are vital around him and about him, but I show tools to make sure that you know any time of the day, you know how to actually get rid of him or her, because she is also known as Mrs. Stress at times. So that's the number 1 obstacle. Number 2 obstacle standing in the way for your success and well-being is Mr. Ego. It's interesting with Mr. Ego because I have frankly never seen anyone who can ruin business as effectively as he does. He ruins any kind of collaboration, any kind of teamwork, any kind of innovation process, any kind of creative process. Mr. Ego is really dangerous because we know very, very little about him. He just sort of takes over and runs the show. And when I lecture, when I have workshops, we go in and we actually, and for a lot of people, this is the first time they actually recognize what is the ego and what isn't the ego and understand in what way it's detrimental to their success and to their well-being. So there you have guy number 2. Number 3 is Mr. Autopilot. And he is actually the sneakiest one of them all because we don't really notice when he's doing his so-called magic. It's not magic to us. Actually, we're missing out on the magic of life because of him. Do you know that almost 50% of what we do in the work day is on autopilot? In other words, unconsciously, unaware, just doing it the way we've always done it, kind of just automatically. We're not there. For 50% of what we do, I mean, somebody call somebody. And even worse, 85 to 90% of what most people think about are automated, repeated, programmed thoughts. Totally Mr. Autopilot's work. So there we are, and we are very, very far away from original thinkers. We are very unoriginal thinkers, being that we let Mr. Autopilot take over so much. Ever heard of problems focusing nowadays? Well, you know, we keep programming with the help of Mr. Autopilot, and I am suggesting that there are much, much, much better ways to use your brain for good. And these are the 3 guys, Mr. Stress, Mr. Ego, and Mr. Autopilot, that I incorporate in my lectures and in my workshops. And I do also talk about all 3 of them in my book, Inner Business. So I hope that this has been inspirational for you to take a look at these 3 guys within you and I hope to see you soon. I wish you a very, very awesome continuation of your day. Bye-bye.